Gonna take a look at this exciting new truck that showed up. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. It's pretty exciting. Sweet.
Well, I've just got dropped off here at Linex Fargo, and I'm gonna come pick up our new truck. I don't know what we're gonna nickname them. Maybe you got some suggestions. What should we call this thing? Black 3500 Chevy HD. It's a good one, and it looks nice. Let's go get the keys. All right, so let's get this thing started. And then, there we go. And then I'll give you a quick tour of what we did to this truck that is not factory. So you can get a lot of options from the factory. You guys know that, right? But there's some things that you can get, but you just aren't happy with what you get, or you can't get it all. Bumper, grill guard, you cannot get from the factory like this. I am picky. I like certain ones. I want it to look good. And I want to be able to hit a deer. I can't say anything about the deer, but I want my truck not to be damaged. So that's what I'm looking for, is full protection on the front end. Deer, pheasants, rabbits, we've hit them all. Geese even flying across the road. This should really protect our front end. I like the way it looks. Another thing, gator back mud flaps. You may be able to get these from the factory. I just don't want Chevy on them. I want them black. So that's what I did. Linex here installed all this for us. And so the gator back mud flaps, I get them on all my trucks. A lot of farmers comment on them that they're really nice. They're super heavy duty. And man, I've gotten stuck where these things are about to get ripped off, or most mud flaps would. These are still on there. So these are really good mud flaps. Oh, I forgot to mention that we get all of our steel accessories covered in a coating by Linex, of course, because what do you see when you see an older grill guard? It could be even 2 to 5 years old, or some piece of metal that's on a vehicle. It is rusted after a few years, especially if you're in our climate where you've got all that salts on the road, the rock chips, all that stuff. It just corrodes them real fast. It looks bad then. So we get them Linexed, and you know what? Knock on metal, we haven't had an issue. They're still going fine. We wash them all the time. We hit stuff, we get rock chips. It doesn't go through the coating. It's amazing. Stuff's amazing. By the way, I get all my trucks through Jeff Belzer's. Great outfit. They do all the brands. So if you notice, I'm getting Fords, Rams, Chevys. That's the ones I've gotten so far. Even my minivan before I traded it. That was a Chrysler. I got that through Jeff Belzer's. They give you invoice price instead of MSRP, which knocks off like 5 grand off this truck. And really happy with them. So the running boards was something that already came in the package. I couldn't delete it. With the Midnight Edition. If I didn't get them in the package, I would have gotten the ones we got on the Ram. They go from the front to back, and they stick out a little bit. They got a lot of tread on them, and our guys have really appreciated having that traction. And by the way, if you think I coat them with Linex, you better believe it. That way we don't have the rock chips, we don't have all that stuff. It also cuts down on a little bit of the noise. You can definitely hear the rocks hitting them, but it holds up a lot better than just the black powder coat that comes on these. All right, last but not least, we've got our headache rack. This is steel. Why do we do headache racks? Because ask me how many windows I've lost. Ask me, how many rear windows have you lost, Matt? Thank you for asking. 3. I've already lost at least 3. That's what I know of. There could have been a 4th or 5th that I lost count of. Why do we lose windows? Yeah, quit breaking your windows, right? Well, I'll tell you why. We lose windows because we've got pallets double stacked in here. And you know what? Sometimes we're unloading with a forklift, telehandler, tractor with a loader, and that tractor could be huge. Like, we've had so many cases where it wasn't the fault of anyone, but for some reason, I mean, I guess it was someone's fault. There was an operator, but a farmer was unloading us, and it was a super heavy pallet. He had this huge John Deere loader, and just the hydraulics aren't very smooth on those things, and he just flipped a button or a lever a little too aggressively, or the tractor responded not calmly, and that crate pushed the tonneau cover right into the glass, blew the window. We had to patch it just to get home so we weren't cold, freezing. I mean, we had a display once when we hit a nasty bump on the interstate. The display tipped, popped, and hit right in the window. So you know what? We're done with that. These go in every truck. And ask me if it gets Linexed. You know the answer. Steel, it's going on a truck, it's getting Linexed. Look at that bumper. What a chinsy thing. Okay, we did get airbags, an airbag kit from the guys at Linex. However, they don't have time to install it, which really stinks because now we have to install it. And you know what? We don't have time either. But we're gonna have to do it eventually. Although this is a 1-ton, we wanna be able to level our load. So we use airbags on all of our trucks to give us that leveling capability. Ram, by the way, has a cool feature where there's auto levels the bed. That's the best. When you use factory option, it's less cost overall because you don't have to pay for install, and it's typically trouble-free. It doesn't have the issues we've had with these other air ride systems where the compressor goes bad, the airbag goes bad, a fitting or a line leaks as fast, you know. So we've had a lot of those issues, but having that airbag system leveling capability is huge to make sure that our trailer rides level, our bed rides level, the headlights aren't pointing people in the face, in the eyes. So yeah, we gotta get airbags on this thing, but you know what, for now, this thing's ready to go. Got my camera moved to here. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with our sensors, if this had sensors. Notice that this custom bumper does allow for your stock factory fog lights, so that's a nice feature. You don't have to spend more money on those. I'm pretty happy about that. The shackles, where'd our shackles go? Ah, there they are. Here's our shackles. Let's roll, guys. Look at that screen. I love it. Too nice. This is too nice. Oh, hey, that's our service bed we're putting on the F350. Let's go take a look at that thing. So I picked up this service bed for our standard box F350 because we're gonna turn it into our town or yard truck delivery and pickups, shuttling between the 2 warehouse locations. And of course I'm gonna Linex it so it holds up and looks nice for a lot of years. Off to get some license plates. Hey guys, you may be wondering, why did you get a truck and why did you get a brand new one? We are expanding our rebuild crew, and years ago I changed my thinking and my strategy with vehicles. I used to get used ones, and in fact most of my vehicles were well over 100,000 miles. In fact, we've had some go from starting out at 150,000 and then we ran them to 240, 260,000, even a few of our half tons. Well, you know, the maintenance is an issue, but also during COVID and after, the used vehicle market had just gone crazy. You could find something, but the prices were crazy. I could find a 2-year-old truck that had 60,000 miles and it was only $5,000 less than a brand new one. You know what? Why would you not just get a new one? And now you had to wait some, but we were willing to wait. We put our orders in, and sometimes we'd wait 6 months, sometimes it was 4. This one, why did I go with a Chevy? Well, I've had a Ford, a lot of Fords. F350 was our 2022 model. And then they ticked me off because we had an issue with an oil pump and it was in the shop for 15 weeks. It sat there for 15 plus weeks. What a country we live in right now with all this shortage crap. I'm so mad. They didn't want to pay or give me a rental, and so we were overloading our half tons, and I was just really frustrated. And I told them, if you guys don't take care of me, I am never gonna buy a Ford again. And I just felt like they didn't care, and it didn't seem like it mattered. So it was a national back order of an oil pan gasket is what caused it. The oil pump could go in, but they didn't have all the parts to complete the warranty. It only had 20,000 miles on the truck. It's been in a couple times since then, corroded fuse box twice, just stupid stuff that shouldn't be wrong on a new truck. And of course, it's right after warranty for those things, so I'm paying for that each time. So I buy a Ram, and the Ram's done well, except for one issue with the Ram. The seat belts are just stupid. They come out and they stay out. They don't retract all the way. So that's not safe. We got to get that warranted. And that's only got 20,000 miles on right now. And the Ram's nice. It's a base truck. But I went to order another one for this year because we're going to have a third crew going out there. And we want to keep our 2017 Ford 1-ton, which is a gas truck, and it's got a short box, which is 6.5 foot instead of 9, or 8, sorry, instead of 8. I want to keep that as our yard truck. We talk about pulling the guts out of it every time we go out on the road with a heavy duty trailer and a lot of weight. So we're going to keep that back home and just use these diesels. So I needed a third truck for our third crew, and I went to buy another Ram. Nothing changed from 23 to 24 except for the price. The price went up $5,000. Can you believe it? $5,000. I thought this inflation's done. It's not. It keeps jacking it up, and like my dealer told me, until people are not willing to pay the increase, it's going to keep going. Well, I guess I'm willing to pay for it because I got a new one, but again, I want the 8-foot box. I want all the safety features to help our guys stay out of accidents. If even one accident is avoided, it's worth it. And then of course I'd get a little picky with the colors, and I want the blackout edition or the black bumpers and the black wheels. And so I looked into Chevy after I saw the price increase on the Ram, and I was able to pick up this Chevy, which is a comparable truck, for like $4,000 less. And that's not all. This thing is a much higher trim. It's one level up, you could say, from the Ram had the Tradesman as their base work truck, right? Whereas Chevy is the WT or work truck. And I went up to the LT on the Chevy here, and then I also did the Midnight Edition, Midnight Edition, one of the two, and it just comes with all this stuff. It's amazing. Heated steering wheel, heated seat, blackout wheels. It's already got the alloy wheels. On the Ram, I had to go buy takeoff premium wheels to get the look I was after, and it comes with other features too that aren't on the work trucks. Oh, LED lighting. That's a big one. I really want good lighting for our guys, and the work trucks don't have those as options. So I was able to get that with this upgrade. And then it's got the other upgrades I do is not only collision detection, and then lane departure, but also driver assistance, where it'll maintain a certain speed from a vehicle. Dual climate control. That is a really cool feature. If I'm riding and I don't like the heat or the cold on the one side, I can change it. So this thing comes with leather seats even, and it's nice. It feels nice. The seat belts retract for now, and just really happy with what I see. It's smooth. It's got power. I haven't towed anything yet, but so far I'm very happy, and we'll be keeping you guys updated on what we think of these trucks. Now we have good old showdown between most of the brands. We got the Ford, the Ram, and the Chevy. What other ones are there out there anyway? There's a few, but those are the main ones in the United States. And so, yeah, let's see what this thing can do. We got all kinds of new trailers that we're building up because the other ones keep costing us. The axles bend, and then it causes the tires to go, frame cracks, and all this stuff. We've just been beefing up our fleet because we need to make sure we get to you. If you're a farmer and you've got an air seeder and you need us to come service your equipment, we want to make sure we can get there and we don't have issues on the road. We want our guys to have an enjoyable time out there too. They're working long hours, driving a lot of distance, and you know what? They deserve the best, in my opinion. We're going to try to get them the best. Thanks for watching, guys.